test route's going to come down here, down Orion Way. Because it's a bit empty on the left, the examiner will probably say, pull over on the left-hand side where it's safe to do so.
Yeah.
We come in here. 1, 2, 3. We might even be asked to pull over on the left there straight away. They've got to get 5 of these in.
Yeah. One of them.
After 100 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, Orion Way.
So we're slowing
Cross the
down,
roundabout
observations on
and
the
take
right,
second exit.
taking my time, looking across in there, signalling to benefit the people on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Coming out of Orion Road, we're following the road ahead. The third exit, we come down here, we know it's
After
always on the
100
left-hand
yards,
side because you're
cross
not
the
going to
roundabout
Nando's.
And take the third exit, A509.
Again, I'm in second gear, just slowing it down.
Cross the roundabout and take the third exit.
Following around 1, looking into 2, signalling at the island. Beware, they change very quickly when someone presses the button.
Okay.
After 200 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
So we're following the road ahead on the sat-nav.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A509.
Slowing until I'm happy to go. Looking, signalling. Okay, it's going to Pytchley. Mirror, signal. Now, a good thing to do here, especially on this roundabout, is
After
know
100 yards,
Yeah.
go right
Pytchley
on the
is on the
roundabout
right,
and
Wellingborough
take
is
the
on the
fourth
left.
exit
It's the
towards
third
Burton.
exit.
Yeah.
So I'm looking down there all the time for my opportunity. Looking.
Go right on the roundabout and take the fourth exit.
So, 1, 2, third one's Wellingborough, cancellations happen here. So that would be 1, 2, 3 on the left side. This right side, we take it for Pytchley or
Yeah.
the A14. Let's check my left-hand side down there. That's where the risk comes from.
Yeah.
And we're heading this way now. Now on the top of sat-nav it says how long are you going for on this road. It's 1.25 miles.
Okay.
National speed limit. Nice opportunity. Big wide road. Nice
Yeah.
opportunity to put your foot down a bit. So I'm just easing up for the corners. And the reason I slow down for corners is not so much because the angle, it's because the distance I can see reduces.
Yeah.
So I'm slowing down. So I can always stop at the distance I can see ahead. Nicely opens up.
Yeah.
Just going to be a bit wary of this vehicle on the right, so it's okay there. Just come across a little bit there, just in case the door opened
Yeah.
or something. Just bring it back in, no problem coming across there for that. It's not a solid line. Checking my mirrors because we're going to be changing speed, slowing it down in plenty of time for the 30. Very commonplace for the emergency stop manoeuvre down here. That will do it, shall we? Pulling over on the left-hand side. So emergency stop or controlled stop manoeuvre. They just want to see your car stopped under full control as quickly as possible,
Okay.
going in a nice straight line. The examiner will pull you over for moving off, and they might say, I'm going to ask you to do the emergency stop or the controlled stop exercise. It's also a manoeuvre, it's an exercise. In a moment, I shall give you the sign stop. I want to give you that sign, what you mean bring the car to a complete stop as quickly and safely as possible. And for the purposes of this exercise, I will make sure it's safe for you to stop. I.e., don't bother with your mirrors at this moment in time. It's an emergency. Now we've got ABS, so you've got to bring the car nice and swiftly to a stop in a controlled manner. Are you going to do? I'll say the stop bit when it would happen. Okay. Okay, looking around. So the examiner will be looking around. It's nice and clear behind. If a car comes on, he might have bought it and just say, we do it some other time.
Okay.
So thing is, get up to speed.
Okay.
I'm up at 30, 26. My gauge says 30. And we'll be looking around. The examiner will look behind him and he'll say, stop.
After 500 yards, keep left.
You bring the car to a complete stop. Now, you're out in the road, of course, so make sure you check both your blind spots, signal if there's cars around, and move off. If there's no cars around, there's a van behind me there, so I signal just to do that.
Yeah.
And if there's no cars around, what's the point of the signal? It's not benefiting anyone. So use your common sense. Priority through here. So that will be the additional exercise 1 in 3 driving tests are asked to do.
Yeah, I had to do it last time, I think.
Yes. So looking ahead, we're still following the road. I can see right down the bottom there, just checking down there. And bring myself out. Nice and wide here. I don't want people to see me as quickly as possible. I'm on the wrong side of the road, if you like. Can't do much about it. I'm looking for reflections in that car, see if there's anything coming round. I looked at the side of that car and there wasn't anything there.
Keep left.
Keep left. It's a turning left, so the examiner will say, no, take the next left. No, just.
Okay.
So we're still in the village. This is.
So is that because it used to be like differently set up, or just?
Well, that road.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even recognise it as a.
Yeah.
It doesn't recognise it as anything. Checking my mirrors there before I accelerate away to the national speed limit. And again, a nice opportunity to get a move on. Easing off, gas out of the corner, always looking around me. I want to know what's around this car 360, so I'm not just looking in my mirrors for special occasions just for a junction. I'm always looking around me because I want to know what's around this car, and that's how you should be driving as well. All the DVSA one is if you come to a hazard, have a little look behind you. Great.
Turn right, Wellingborough Road.
Now, what we notice about this, we've got 40 coming up, so I'm checking my mirrors, slowing down, plenty of time. Into 4th gear for the 40. And you'll see this is a stop junction.
Okay.
And the reason it's a stop junction, even though the sign says give way, it's actually stop, is because people have been ploughing through here and having all sorts of accidents.
Yeah.
Turn right.
Now, with a stop junction, you just have to stop. You don't have to put your handbrake on, but I would suggest on test day you do, because you get a little bit nervous. And I could have moved then, so I'll put my handbrake on, have a little look around,
Yeah.
and then move off. Now, you don't have to do that. You can stop at the foot brake, but if you don't absolutely solidly stop the car, it won't work out very well for you.
Okay. So it's worth doing.
It's
just
worth
to be
doing
safe.
just to put a little safety mechanism
Yeah.
in, because we know what happens on test day. We get a little bit rush of adrenaline, and we start doing a little bit rushy things.
Yeah.
So we have the national speed limit. Let's just check my mirrors. Always know what's behind me. Now this is a bit. I'm just going to take a little bit of speed out here because this road tapers in, and anything bigger than a car, think of a tractor or a lorry, is going to be pretty much on our side of the road, potentially. So I just held it back until I could see up the hill, and then I put my speed back into it.
Yeah.
I can see houses, which kind of put 2 and 2 together, means there will be a village. So a lot of these speed limit changes you can predict even before you see the sign. Now, I had someone message me going, oh, I have problems stopping for a 30. Well, is it okay to go a few miles now? Well, not really. You should be able to stop. I've been just use more brake, or I think most times you can predict a 30 before
After
you even see
300
it.
yards,
Just
turn
look out
right,
the sign.
High Street.
My bus is coming through. I'm going to let him through there. Oh, no, not. Okay. Now, he was there before me with his indicator on, and I just erred on the side of caution because he was there before I was anywhere near that. He could have come through, and with the spacing of the car, it actually made more sense for the bus to have come through. He held back. I was going to hold back for this car because he's a hazard. So the fact the bus had a signal showing he
Turn
had
right.
intention
High
there.
Street.
Yeah.
I think he caused a little bit of confusion there.
Okay.
So, turning right. Okay, that. Now, it's illegal to stop 10 metres in the junction. And there's the driving instructor bang opposite. Not saying anything. Now we just feed it through here. A little bit fiddly, a little bit of meeting and passing, a little bit of anticipation. Down here, this is another place. It's quite suitable for the emergency. So I'll pull up the left hand side where it's safe to do so.
At the end of the road, turn right, A43.
Okay, you asked to pull up here maybe, and then the examiner might say that's the end of the independent section. From now on, I will give you directions.
Okay.
Okay, we're moving off where it's safe to do so. There we go. A little bit of a... So we're following the road ahead, and at the end of the road, turning right. Now look at the board here. That is showing us there is what's called a refuge in the middle.
Okay.
Now we're coming around here. Some people go up there or go into that lane thinking that's the way out. Look at the road markings though, it's give way to here. So we're going to go halfway to here. So we're going to split this into two. You've got a refuge here, and look, we've got no gas gap there. And very important there, we do recognise could have and should haves.
Yes.
So you need to know what your car's capable of. It's 50 miles an hour. I'm now up to 50. Only at this point now, I'm doing the speed of the road. Now, if anything behind me had to slow down for me pulling off, you're not going to pass your driving test that day.
Okay.
So you have to make sure the gap is sufficiently big enough for you to get up to speed. So that's a consideration: is the road surface, the speed of the traffic, and what car you're driving, what the
So
car's
for
capable
example,
of.
if we were in my car,
It'd be a different gap than if it's in my car,
Yeah.
absolutely. Or if it's wet, or even if it's icy,
Yeah.
it'd be a different gap, depending on that.
okay, yeah.
So you've got to recognise your personal capabilities and your car's capabilities and everybody else's capabilities that day.
Yeah.
Just slowing it down for the 40. Notice I'm checking both my mirrors, centre and right there, to see what's around me. And at the roundabout, we're going to be taking the second exit and following the road ahead to Kettering. Now, that instruction, you would normally think it would be the left-hand side. However, gathering in information up ahead, slowing it down on the 40, you can see the right-hand side is following the road ahead. Checking my mirrors. Went to amber, which means stop if it's safe to do so. There was nothing behind me.
Okay.
Plenty of time before there. What it doesn't mean is put your foot down and get through the amber before it turns red, because amber does mean stop unless you've crossed the line,
crossed the line or,
or
car too
are
close
so
that-
close to it. Exactly right. To stop abruptly would cause a collision. I had nothing behind me. If there was been a big lorry behind me, that would have been I would have gone through the amber.
Yeah.
So how do I know that? I've got to look behind me on every green light in case it changes. I need to know. But I'm not making a big deal out looking behind me, because I'm always looking around me to see what's around me 360.
Yeah. Is
So
there a gap between like where you could stop if there was a car, like if a car was like that far away from you, or however far away, versus like if a big lorry was? Is like that gap different? Is it?
Well, you've got to judge what their stopping distance
Yeah.
would be. So a big lorry is going to have a lot, a 40-ton lorry. Just sticking left here, coming across here. So you see what's on the right-hand side, come across the earliest opportunity, taking the third exit, rolling it round, just checking down in case anyone rolls out on me.
Yeah.
Easing in, no longer needing a signal, And at the roundabout, take the second exit, follow the road ahead. So down into the 30. You can see the car behind me is really on my tail. And here we've got to keep ourselves really tucked in because we've got to fit 2 cars on there, as we've done. Now that might change, so I'm just keeping an eye on that. Fine. Go forward then. So we're following the road. There's quite a lot of driveways around here. I'm just keeping an eye if anything's coming out, what's behind me. Junctions, anything coming down. Always gathering information. It's only a 30-mile-an-hour road.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep following it down. Careful not to cut the corner there, going to the slip road. Turning right as we come up the hill. Checking behind me. Down to the double roundabout. We're going to be going up the hill, so it's second exit, then first exit left. Now SatNav says second exit right, which is confusing. So the examiner will say we're going to be going up the hill, which is the second exit on the roundabout, then the first exit left off the second. Then the first exit left off the second roundabout. So I've got 3 choices here. I'm checking my mirrors. I'm slowing it down, rolling in. Very sharp little turn is this. I'm not.
Yeah.
So I'm going for the middle lane. Cars on there will be coming past me. So I'm in my lane, got my paint. All these cars will be coming around. There's no blockers coming from over there. So I'm just sat on the clutch. I can take that opportunity. So again, that is a could have taken, certainly not a should have taken. But because I'm a little bit more, I was happy with that gap, I took it. Checking mirrors, I'm just moving through that again. That will change very quickly. Looking ahead, pedestrian crossings on red. I'm in no rush up there. I don't particularly want to do a hill start. I definitely don't need to.
Yeah.
All routes. SatNav does say turn right here. So it's one of these ones where SatNav gets a little bit confused. That's it. So we're just coming up here, dropping into first gear. I found the bite on the way up the hill, so I don't have to stop.
Yeah.
I've got the bike, I've rolled into a bike, so therefore it's the easiest way of doing a hill start. It's having the car prepared before you stop. And then we just calmly moved off there. Second gear. Following the road. End of the road, turning right, and we're following to other routes.
Okay.
So, turning right, and then there's a turning on the left. And this will turn into 2 lanes. So, if we've got a left turning coming, the left lane is going to be going left at Corby, so we must be coming onto the right hand lane.
Yeah.
And sure enough, backed up there. It's just rolling it through, it's on green, it's holding back, making sure I can get out the other side, which looks like I can. So I'll proceed into the box. If in doubt, hold it back.
But if you've already crossed the line but stopped before the box, then
yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, you can still go through even if it's
and if the lights change, you then make a judgment. If it's crossed the line, you're allowed to leave it if it's safe to do so. If not, stay where you are. If the other car's already started coming, then you wouldn't do that. You just sit where you are. Again, like all these questions, it comes down to it depends.
Yeah.
Depends on the other road users, depends on the situation. It's unusual, this route, because it normally just comes down here and goes back to the test centre. We haven't been on the dual carriageway.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to do a little detour, just include a little bit of dual carriageway test route. Now, test routes change all the time. And what you don't want to do is just like test routes, because you should be going to test because I can drive independently, so it doesn't really matter where you go. Because if you do pass it, this is what is expected of you after you pass your driving test. If you can't do it, you shouldn't have gone to test.
Yeah.
Because life is too short and too fragile to take gambles with it. Now we're going to be turning left at this roundabout, just doing a little go up to Burton. Mirrors and signal. So I'm holding back. 2 lanes there. The cars on the right side should be going past us, and the cars on the left should be going that side. So you can read that road there. Either way, there's a nice little blocker there, came through, we took the opportunity. We're just going to follow the road ahead. So just covering the brake, making sure it's fine. No. So I'm covering the brake until I get to a point where if that goes amber, I'm not going to stop, then I can go back to the gas. So really slow until it's safe to go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Stopping with tires and tarmac as always, give myself a little range of 3 to 4 metres in case we roll forward or they roll back or get hit from behind and don't be shunted. A lot safer space, especially in town centres, for people to walk between cars, which they will do. And if they ever decided to stop permanently or broke down, I can just comfortably move off in a forward motion rather than being stuck behind the car.
Yeah.
Better observations, and there's 2 exhaust pipes on the back of the car. I don't really want to be sucking all that carbon monoxide into my cabin through the front of my car.
Yeah.
There's only 30 down here and it runs downhill, so I'm happy to sit on the brake here just to keep it in check. Checking my mirrors up to a 40, which is a bit of a strange one, because they put on to 40 and they immediately put slow.
Yeah.
Figure that one out. Outside Winkston Park, where children go.
Yeah.
And the entrance.
It's a choice.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, speed limit, of course, doesn't mean it's safe to drive the speed limit, because that bit of metal doesn't know what's on the road conditions, what you're driving, doesn't know anything. That's it. Just following it through here. There's no reason why you couldn't be asked to pull up on the left-hand side here.
Yeah. Would that be classified as a hill start?
I certainly would.
Okay.
It's pretty hilly to me.
No, I just didn't know if that was like a sun.
It's just an incline, so basically,
okay.
if you don't get it right, you're going to roll backwards.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So it doesn't have to be that hilly.
Okay.
The more hilly it is, the more you're fighting gravity, the more power. You just need more power to start with before you take it out of the engine. So we're following the road ahead, remember, so we're coming into this lane. Don't need the signal, because I'm not crossing a lane, just going into a lane.
Okay.
Now if I left it late,
Then
I would signal because I'm crossing a lane. I'm just following it down. Checking all around me. Again, we're following the road ahead. Okay, moving off. Sharpest reactions in front.
Yeah.
Bus is pulling over and checking my mirrors. I'm just holding it back here. I'm off the gas. I get a little bus stop to get into. once that bus wants to move off, I think it's Rule 223 of the Highway Code tells us to give priorities to buses wanting to move off from the side of the road or from a bus stop there. No law, as it should have, you should let buses pull out.
So would that mean if the bus started indicating and you
I'd let it go.
behind it,
Yeah.
just kind of wait for the cars in front
just slow
to
back,
clear?
let it move off.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
They're moving off now. Now we're going to be taking the second exit at the roundabout. I advise you to take it from the right hand side because we'll be taking the third exit right at the following roundabout to A14 West. I'm just rolling around here. That's it. Just keeping in this lane. And really what we're doing, we're deciding, choosing the lane before the first roundabout, before the second roundabout. We're told we're going to go third exit right, so we're going from right lane to right lane. The examiner will say something like that. Now this is not controlled by traffic lights, this big roundabout, we're just rolling it around. Third exit, there's number 1.
You said it's not controlled by traffic lights.
Now you've got to be quite careful here because I'm checking my left hand side, look where my road markers is for this, it's right around here. People cut that corner. Don't need an indicator now. We're going to that side. Now if you just follow your intuition, you're going to be over there. You're in the wrong lane. So it's one of these tricky little...
Is this around what I failed?
That's it. So yeah. Sure enough, Tesla's got it wrong. Just pulled up. Now if you've done that in your driving test, lane discipline, fail. We're not going far. So I'm looking for my target vehicle. It's the red car at the moment. Just checking down there. Just checking my to the right. Rolling it out. We're not going far. If I was told we're going quite a while, I would have carried on and gone overtaken, got myself up to speed. But I've been told we're not going far. The reason being is only half a mile away is our exit. So we're taking the next left. We should know what's around us anyway, as we've been discussing. 2, the pop of my signal, and 1, well, where's the 1 marker? It's gone somewhere. We sort the speed, so I'm keeping the speed maintained at the same distance behind the vehicle, and off we come. Now, at the roundabout, take the 4th exit right. You can take this in both lanes.
Okay.
I'm going to take the lane with the least amount of cars, which is this one. So all these cars on the right here, I'm going to be doing it, coming in here, signalling right with this 4th exit right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars into first gear. Take it away. Could have gap I took. Staying in the right indicator, round we go, and there's nothing wrong with doing that, making progress. This is the 4th exit. Across, second exit, follow the road. So rolling down, looking into the exit there, signaling left. Now on that side, you see, can't undertake this vehicle. They're going very slowly, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm looking across, just staying in 3rd gear, holding it back, looking, deciding, yeah, we'll take that, thank you very much. Looking, signaling, taking the 2nd exit.
So what point could you undertake that vehicle?
If it's slow, really slow moving traffic, your lane happens to go faster.
Okay.
Because that car could have easily come across the Tesco's and being a bit dithery, I wasn't very happy with their quality of observations, their quality of drive, they're just a little bit on the nervous side, anything could happen. Right, pull up on the right hand side where it's safe to do so. Here we are. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to ask you to do the reverse manoeuvre. I'd like you to reverse 2 car lengths, staying reasonably close to the curb at all times. I'm in reverse. I've got myself lovely and straight and parallel, looking around, checking my blind spots before I move off. And as I'm moving off, just keep it here. I'm looking around, nice and slowly around. If a car comes on I'm going to be interfering with, I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
If I go nice and slowly, cars can deal with me.
Yeah.
Looking around. I think we'll call that 2 car lengths.
Yeah. I like it.
Into first gear, looking around, showing my intention of the vehicle coming here, so I'm just going to hold back, obviously. And looking around again once more time, quick check, there we go, across we are. I'm just going to keep nice and steady through here.